Hi and welcome back to CruiseAway. It's lovely to have your company. Now in this show we're taking you on 3 very special adventures which are already booking up very quickly. We're going to be taking in the Melbourne Cup in November for the race that stops the nation, combined with a rather special Carnival at the Carnival cruise. I'll tell you about that later. We'll also be rubbing shoulders with some of the greats from the world of sport on a special Cunard voyage for next year, and you'll get to meet the likes of Carrie Webb, Brett Lee and Sunrise sports guru Mark Barretta. We'll also be following Captain Bligh's charts too later with P&O on a special Bounty Paradise cruise for October next year. So lots to look forward to in this show. So let's get started with a very special, exclusively priced holiday package taking us from Sydney to Perth to Cairns, with a chance to explore the fascinating and untouched islands of Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands with P&O Australia on the Pacific Adventure. Now it sounds very dizzying, doesn't it? So let's take you through it. It starts on the 3rd of May next year, where we fly you from Sydney to Perth, and before we cruise we've got 2 nights to explore wonderful Perth, which is fantastic. What a wonderful place to be. So much. You can take a Segway tour around the city, which seems quite a fun way to do it. Swim with the dolphins at Rockingham, take a Swan Valley winery tour. The list is endless, and you've got 2 nights to enjoy it before cruise time on P&O Australia's Pacific Explorer. Now you are going to be on board for 20 nights, and we're doing 2 cruises back to back here, which is really fascinating. You are going to love it. Of course, she made her debut in Sydney at the back end of last year. She's undergone an extensive makeover before joining the fleet. To add the P&O's signatures on board, there is so much for you to enjoy. Oh my word, the Blue Room with its live music. Leading musicians from Australia are there as well. You've got Encounter Hotel as well, the signature trio of the big restaurants. Of course, you've got the spa if you want to treat yourself to some amazing treatments, of course, some pamper, a rub down from the neck down, as they say. As you can see, the food offerings just come at you left, right and centre. Freshly prepared by the team on board, imaginative cocktails, lots for you to enjoy. Don't forget you've got Luke's Bar and Grill by Luke Mangan on board, 400 Gradi as well by the Melbourne chef Johnny Di Francesco. And you've also got the marketplace, the pantry, with lots and lots of different choices on offer for you as well. And of course live music there in the Blue Room. Well, we've got 20 nights to soak up and enjoy this fabulous ship as we go cruising. So we're cruising out of Perth. We've got a day at sea and we're in Exmouth. You can go on a snorkel tour here to the Ningaloo Reef, take a kayak to explore, see the whale sharks, the humpback whales, the turtles and more. A day at sea to Koory Bay. Now this is a little remote frontier on the Kimberley coast. Not many people get to visit here actually. A rich history of pearling, and you can go and open a Paspali oyster too. A day at sea and we're in Darwin, boutique selling locally cultured pearls here, wonderful restaurants and cafe there, and you can also see the central business district too. 2 days at sea to Port Douglas. Now you can take a crocodile cruise tour here or have lunch with the lorikeets, which sounds good. On next to Cairns we go. You can explore the Coral Sea here, and you can go whitewater rafting, visit the rainforest as well, and head for a bushwalk. 2 days at sea and we're off to the Solomon Islands now, and we're in Honiara, which is where you can head to Ginger Beach. You can take a cocoa tour here as well and taste the amazing chocolate. A day at sea to Rabaul on the northern tip of Papua New Guinea. It's a volcanic tour that you can take here, as well as going scuba diving, snorkeling sites there. You've actually got 2 full days and a night here, so that gives you the chance to do a couple of the experiences there. Maybe go and visit the famous World War II tunnels as well. Cruising on we go to Kiriwina Island, and that's off the coast of Papua New Guinea. Tropical paradise here, loads of markets here, very friendly place as well to go and meet the locals. Off to the Conflict Islands next, and it's actually one of the most peaceful places on earth. 21 different islands, wonderful walking tours, and you can see the baby turtles there as well. A day at sea and we leave the cruise ship in Cairns, and we've got 2 nights in a hotel here. Of course, from here you can access the Great Barrier Reef, the botanic gardens with the tropical rainforest. You can wander down the Esplanade Boardwalk, enjoy a picnic there, head to Palm Cove. Again, there are masses of choices, and you've got 2 nights in a hotel there before we fly you back to Sydney. Do you know what? I don't know how we managed to squeeze all of that onto one screen. That's one big holiday, isn't it? And you've got stays at the beginning and the end as well in Perth and in Cairns. You lucky, lucky people. Now, the great news about this big adventure is that here at CruiseAway, we've got exclusive pricing for you on this, and that is brilliant. So included is your flight from Sydney to Perth, 2 nights in a hotel in Perth, 20 nights of cruising with P&O Australia, and 2 nights of hotel stay in Cairns at the end of the cruise, plus of course the flight back to Sydney. Sounds like it's going to be a big number, doesn't it? But it really isn't. And we can put a $500 each deposit down on this today to make it happen. Look at that price there. That's amazing. Look at the length of the holiday. Look at where you're going. And you've got the mix of the cruise and the stays here. And remember, because this is for May next year, $500 each today as a deposit, and the deal is yours. It's exclusive to us here at CruiseAway, so I'd be booking really quickly as soon as you possibly can. Remember, that low deposit really makes it easy. Now, if we want to upgrade our cabin on the cruise, here's the details for that, taking you up to ocean view and to balcony as well. This is really lovely. If you need flights from other cities, by the way, talk to the team about that and we'll make that happen as part of the deal for you. 1300 306 134 is our telephone number, and don't forget, all the fabulous deals are on our website too, cruiseaway.com.au. But that is a cracking way to start off our show. Incredible. Now listen, give us a call as quickly as you can. Well, the first offer there was a wonderful way to start next year. And next, let's take you to the biggest highlight in the racing calendar in Australia, the Lexus Melbourne Cup Carnival in November. Now, since 1861, this race has rocketed in popularity, and the nation stops at 3 p.m. on the 7th of November for the big race itself. Well, here at CruiseAway, you can be at the carnival with Carnival Cruise Line on a package that sees you enjoy 2 days at Flemington Racecourse to be part of the biggest ticket in the racing calendar without having to look for those elusive and expensive hotel rooms. We have our own hotel with so much more on board. So let's get you to the race that stops the nation by joining Carnival Splendour in Sydney on the 5th of November. And here she is. Well, I tell you what, you could not wish for a better ship to accompany the excitement and the razzmatazz going on as part of the Melbourne Cup. And there's going to be special events on board the ship for you as well, which is brilliant. So you'll be doing things like you can take part in creating your own fascinator. So if you've got the big dress, the big outfit ready, you can make a fascinator for it as well. They're also going to have a Phantom Cup call on board as well. You can enjoy canapes by the water slides, and you've got themed cruise fare as well, and lots of activities which are based around the Melbourne Cup as well. Now, if you're taking the kids with you, the brilliant time they'll have on board. And of course, the great thing about this is after you've had your days at the races, you're coming back to the splendour and the ease of being on board, which of course offers you so much more than a hotel ever could. I mean, really, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. You've got comedy clubs, live entertainment of the evening, dancing to the wee small hours. You've got so many choices. So let's have a little look, because the mainstay of this cruise, you are going to be in Melbourne, of course. You dock right at the station pier, which is near the Yarra River itself. You're there for 3 days, and you're basically using the Carnival Splendour as your hotel while you're at the races. Now, you are there with your transfers as well, so we get you to and from the race course, and you've got admission to the Flemington course for general admission for 2 of the biggest race days. So you've got, of this whole brilliant carnival that happens around the Melbourne Cup, you've got the Cup Day itself, of course, the race that stops the nation. It's so big, it's a national holiday for Melbourne as well. So 3 o'clock, you will be there ready and hoping that yours is a winner. You're also there as well for the Kennedy Oaks Day, which is really, really cool. And of course, transfers to and from the ship are included. So you're on board the ship for 5 nights, which is fantastic. 6 nights, I beg your pardon. And of course, you've got your days in Melbourne as part of the Melbourne Cup as well. You lucky, lucky people. This is going to be incredible. And I tell you what a relatively value way to get not just 1 full day at the races, but 2. But rather than having to look for those inflated hotel prices and everything else, this makes it very, very simple. So included in the price I'm about to give you, 6 nights of full board Carnival cruise. That's your food, entertainment. Don't forget the special Gold Cup events are on board. Plus, at the racecourse itself, transfers to and from the racecourse, general admission tickets to the Melbourne Cup and the Kennedy Oaks Day as well, which is really good. You're going to have the time of your lives. And I'm going to give you the price straight away because I know that so many of you will want to grab this. Maybe you've already been thinking about buying tickets. You've looked at the hotel prices around the Melbourne Cup and thought, not this year. Look, you can make it happen and get a 6-night cruise out of it as well. It's incredible. Now, you can put a low deposit down on this as well. So talk to our team on 1300 306 134. Now, if you really want to live the high life while you're part of the Melbourne Cup, let's look at your upgrades on the cruise, because we base that price, of course, on your inside stateroom. You can go up to ocean view and you can go up to balcony as well, which would be incredible. I mean, listen, you want to live the high life, let's live the high life. And fingers crossed, I'm just going to say to you, I hope you have the best of times and I hope you have the best of luck as well if you decide to have a little flutter. If that interests you, be quick. It is booking up quick. 1300 306 134, or you can find the deal, of course, at cruiseaway.com.au. You lucky, lucky people. Well, that was a cracking way to start the show, wasn't it? Now listen, if you're new to us here at CruiseAway, let us show you just why so many Australians choose us as their #1 holiday choice.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll-free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
Do you know, I was just thinking about, I would never have thought about going to a racing festival and combining that with a cruise. How very, very clever, especially as it's one of the biggest sporting events in the calendar. And talking of sport, our next offer brings you something extra special for sports fans: the chance to meet legends from the world of sport here in Australia on one of the most luxurious cruise lines on the planet, Cunard. Early next year, Queen Elizabeth is waiting for you to join her for an incredible 7-night voyage and drink in the unique tales, stories and achievements of some of our sporting heroes. So let's tell you more. The 13th of February, we'll join Queen Elizabeth in Sydney. And I tell you what, this is going to be a really, really special adventure for you. Let me talk to you about the names that are on board. So Brett Lee, of course, the former Australian international cricketer and fast bowler, will be on board. And of course, they'll be giving guest lectures. They'll be doing Q&A sessions. You'll be able to find out about their achievements, their life, and what they've done over their career. Adam Goodes is going to be on board as well. Of course, a leading light in the world of football in the AFL, which is fantastic. Played for the Sydney Swans, of course, and he's a dual bronze medalist as well. Carrie Webb is on board, of course, Australia's most successful female professional golfer. She now, of course, won the, she was inducted to the Sport Australia Hall of Fame last year. Wasn't she a big, big win last year for Carrie. And last but not least, on board, and a massive personality everyone knows, of course, known as Barrett, Mark Barretta, the sport presenter on Sunrise, of course. He's hosted multiple Olympic and Commonwealth Games, supercars, Australian Open tennis, Sydney Hobart yacht race. I mean, the stories he will have are going to be incredible. And of course, he's a natural performer, isn't he? He's on our TV screens all the time. So it would be great to actually meet him as well. And he will be on board this fine ship that we are looking around right now, the gorgeous Queen Elizabeth. This is going to be one very, very special cruise, actually. I think you're going to really, really enjoy it. Of course, if you are a big sporting fan, then great. If you're not, you just enjoy the luxury of this wonderful ship. Here's where we're going over the 7 nights as well. So we're heading down to Tasmania first, of course. You can go around to the Bonnarong Sanctuary there, down to Russell Falls. If you want to take excursions, they'll be on offer from Cunard as well. Port Arthur down in Tasmania as well. See the tessellated natural pavement there. Then to Melbourne, of course. Oh, Yarra Valley. Yeah, get down to the wineries there as well. Update your wine knowledge. See what the latest hot bottle is, or cold bottle maybe. And then, of course, back into Sydney. But, of course, the focus on this is your chance to meet those sporting legends as well. And I think Cunard is just the perfect cruise line to team up a themed cruise like this as well, because if you've got an interest in sport, meeting your heroes is a great thing. Being kind of, you know, brushing up against them, being in the theatre, listening to their amazing tales. And of course, they can speak much more freely than they can when a camera's on them, because it's a more intimate kind of surrounding. So this is for the 13th of February. 7 nights of incredible Cunard voyaging on the Queen Elizabeth, with your chance to hear from and meet Australia's sporting legends, Brett Lee, Adam Goodes, Carrie Webb and Mark Barretta as well. Now, considering this is a boutique cruise line, voyage line really, Cunard, they set the standard for cruising around the world, and this is a themed cruise with all of those wonderful legends on board. Look at your price, because you would never imagine that this was anywhere different to the price that the cruise would ordinarily be. You can put a deposit down on this today as well, $300 each, and this price is yours, and you have your place in the theatre to meet those sporting greats as well. Now, let's have a look at the upgrade prices on board Queen Elizabeth as well, because of course she is a ship to behold. So if you want to treat yourself to ocean view or to a Cunard balcony, oh my word, imagine late breakfast served to you, room service on your balcony would be incredible. Let me tell you, there are going to be lots and lots of events on board, a great atmosphere as well, and sharing your stories of the landmarks of these sporting heroes as well. It's going to be a really great atmosphere on board. Don't forget, $300 deposit each today will secure your places on board, and those places are already booking very, very quickly as well. So call us now as soon as you can on 1300 306 134. Even if sport is not your thing and you're taking the family with you, you're going to have the most incredible time on one of the most luxurious ships that there is with Cunard as well. So take the opportunity while you can. 1300 306 134 is our toll-free telephone number. All our deals are online on our website as well at cruiseaway.com.au. Right, next then, we're going to take you on a bounty adventure to the seas where William Bligh, the captain of the Bounty, suffered a humiliating mutiny back in the late 1700s. Now, there'll be no such mutiny on this trip, but you'll get to follow the sail to Namuka Island where the mutiny was being planned. This is going to be a great trip because P&O Australia have laid on guest lecturers to bring the story to life. For those not so into history, what a wonderful journey around some spectacular destinations. So let's begin our trip. It starts on the 18th of October next year, some 235 years after the mutiny, and we'll board Pacific Adventure in Sydney for your 15-night cruise. Now, For those of you, and I was the same as well, I've never seen the film Mutiny on the Bounty. I'm going to give you a potted history, right? That is a very broad potted history, and not all the details are absolutely right. But the story goes that Captain Bligh and his crew were on the way from England to Tahiti to buy something called breadfruit, which is something you can eat or you can make flour with. They needed the saplings to take them to the West Indies, I presume, to make bread. They took 10 months to get from England, and the ship was quite overcrowded as well. And they arrived in Tahiti in the wrong season for the fruit, so they had to stay for 5 months, and they did what sailors did back then and had a whale of a time, pardon the pun. And then they had to get back on and get back to work 5 months later. Well, some of them decided that they wanted to go back to their Tahitian wives and planned a little bit of a mutiny. So what they did is they got Captain Bligh by gunpoint and sent him off on a little side boat with 18 others to kind of fend for themselves, which they did rather nicely because Captain Bligh had a wonderful compass, apparently. And the mutineers went back to Tahiti to restart the party. Now, there's lots more to that story, but that's basically the gist. So you are going to be part of this adventure, which is kind of resailing those parts, those significant parts of the story. Of course, the guest lecturers on board will give you much more detail of the actual story of Mutiny on the Bounty. Here's where we're going. Norfolk Island first, after 2 days at sea. Kingston is the capital here as well. Second oldest town in Australia. 2 days at sea to Nuku'alofa, which is the capital of Tonga. There's a wonderful market near the port, and you can get a ferry to the beaches here, which are beautiful. Varvau next. Niafu is the town. Wonderful escape, lots of water activities here. Explore around the island. Very busy at the weekends with the markets. Now, you'll be doing some scenic cruising before you get to Drivuni Island. This is a really, really small island with lovely, lovely locals. Beautiful stalls there, fresh coconuts. All over the place. You're going to love it. Lautoka next is the heart of Fiji's sugarcane growing region, the Sugar City it's known as. A day at sea and we go into New Me with the Amity Lighthouse there, of course. Lemon Bay look is amazing and great seas for swimming as well. And you'll be doing some scenic cruising around those islands where the mutiny all took place. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Sounds brilliant. I'm so sorry I haven't had time to tell you a longer version of the story. There is a film out there. There's several films out there, I believe, Mutiny on the Bounty, that you can go and seek out. And listen, even if the story doesn't interest you in the slightest, this itinerary is going to some really, really interesting destinations as well. Now, this is for the October next year, the 18th of October next year. And this itinerary, by the way, it only happens a couple of times a year. Now, it's a great route with ports of call which aren't seen many times on different cruise routes. 15 nights of full board P&O cruising with the added twist of that mutiny story and the key places in there as well. You are going to have an amazing time. Of course, it is for next year, so we can put a low deposit down today of this. $400 each today secures your place, and the price tag for the most incredible cruise, look at that. I am stunned that 15 nights of cruising is here at 2179. That it kind of doesn't feel like enough, does it? It's an amazing opportunity and people love this ship as well. I've been reading reviews, I've been watching people's review videos as well. They absolutely love being on board. If you're taking the family with you as well, the kids are going to absolutely love it. But this is your chance to escape for 15 fabulous nights. And of course, learn something of it. You'll be telling people the Captain Bligh story forever after that, after you've been on this cruise. Incredible. Let's have a look at your upgrades then on board, you lucky, lucky people. There's your prices for your ocean view, for your balcony, and for your suite as well. Very, very nice indeed. Now, this cruise is happening also this year as well, but it's all sold out, I'm afraid. I can't talk to you about this year's sailings because they've already sold out. So get ahead of the crowd right now with your $400 deposit right now to get that price secured and locked in for you. Really, really good price as well, actually, both for ocean view and for balcony, considering, remember, this is a 15-night cruise. So when you break down those additionals by 15, Well worth it, especially people love. And actually the balconies will sell out first, I'll tell you that for nothing. Listen, if you want to know more, call our team right now. 1300 306 134 is our toll-free telephone number. And of course, all the details are on our website, cruiseaway.com.au. Wow, 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 3 incredible adventures. Well, listen, you might be joining our show right now having never ever been on a cruise holiday before. Maybe you've got this kind of outdated view of what a cruise is all about. So we're going to show you just a little bit more of what you're missing.
When you choose to cruise, you'll experience one of the best value holidays with so much included as standard. Your floating resort will take you to multiple destinations in one trip, where you'll wake up to a new view every day and only have to unpack once. Your en-suite accommodation will have everything you need to feel right at home, with a daily service provided by your personal cabin steward. Around the ship, you'll have the opportunity to take part in various activities, which can include quizzes, dance classes, game shows, movie screenings, lectures, and much more. If that sounds too much, then feel free to relax, unwind and watch the world go by in a solarium or around one of the pools or even in a hot tub. If you're cruising with a family, then the little ones will be well taken care of with a range of kids clubs available for all ages from morning till late. Plus, no matter the age, everyone can have a thrilling time with rock climbing walls, zip lines, water parks, skating, simulators and even bumper cars. When it comes to food, you'll never go hungry on a cruise, with options available right around the clock. Enjoy fine dining with waiter service in one of the main restaurants, or opt for something more casual in the self-service buffet. There's also snacks and room service available too. And as the sun goes down, that's when the ship really comes to life. Every evening, you'll be spoilt for choice when it comes to entertainment, from Broadway-style shows in the lavish theatre to live music, comedy, karaoke, silent discos, as well as onboard nightclubs, allowing you to dance the night away. So, if you want more holiday for less dollar, make sure you choose to cruise.
Oh, I do like a silent disco. I'm just going to remind you, just before I run out of time, of our spectacular offer for the Melbourne Cup. Joining the Carnival Splendour on the 5th of November, you are going to have one incredible time out of Melbourne. And this offer also includes your race tickets to the big Cup Day and the Kennedy Oaks Day as well. So basically you're going to be on board rather than looking for those expensive hotel rooms, of course, when the Melbourne Cup's in town. Rather than doing that, you're going to be for 6 nights on board the Carnival Splendour, which is a great fun ship as well. We've included general admission tickets to the Melbourne Cup race day itself and the Kennedy Oaks Day, plus transfers to and from the ship. It's going to make it so easy. This is going to be an incredible way. So listen, if you're thinking maybe as a treat to the other half, celebrating an anniversary, or just maybe you tried to cost up hotels already for the Melbourne Cup and thought, oh, actually, it's a really big ask financially. Look at the price we've got here for you, $887 per person right now. And that is 6 nights of cruising and 3 full days in Melbourne, 2 days at the races, of course, at the actual Melbourne Cup Day and the Kennedy Oaks Day as well, plus an extra day that you can do with as you please if you want to. So you can go shopping and exploring and everything else and come back to the Carnival cruise ship every single evening as well. So 6 nights on Carnival Splendour, 3 days on board in Melbourne, so your hotel, rather than having bricks and mortar, it's a floating paradise because all your pools are there, the entertainment, the restaurants, it's full board as well. Wonderful accommodation, and you can book this right now by just calling us on 1300 306 134. I think it's such a great value, and it's selling really quickly, as you can imagine. A lot of people would never have thought about combining going to the Melbourne Cup with a cruise. Well, here it is, and now we've said it on TV, it's going to book up even quicker. 1300 306 134. Listen, if you missed any of this show, All of our shows are on our YouTube channel as well. Just search for CruiseAway Australia on YouTube and you will find us. And we are here every day on Gecko with brilliant, fantastic opportunities for you to go and sail the world in style. And remember, when you do it with CruiseAway. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.